What's up, Internet? My name's Eric. I'm the design director with ProtouringTexas, and today we're going to talk about Bonnie, the most badass American C10 you're ever going to see. This project all starts because some friends of mine, Matt and Claire, had this truck for sale in its stock form. It was a 454 big block, 400 truck, factory AC, all that good stuff. It is a 76, so it's kind of hiding what it used to be black trim. But anyways, they had it for sale. I flew to Tennessee, I hung out with them, we had some cold beers, we made a deal. I get in this truck, I drive it from Tennessee to Texas, and it's totally stock form. It had been lowered, you know, on just like a cheap drop kit. And I had intentions of turning this into what we see now, but I wasn't sure how I was gonna get there at that time. So anyways, I make the trip. I get to Texas. I go ahead and call the boys at Roadstershop because I already know the deal. I'm gonna order up a FastTrack chassis with the upgraded rack and pinion, the upgraded shocks, fully powder coated, ready to roll, because that's what this truck deserves. So at that point, I get the chassis in, it's sitting next to the truck. I order up an LT1, a 10-speed automatic from GM Performance. I throw that in the chassis and I'm waiting. It's months, it's many months, it's probably a year later. I'm like, man, I don't think I'll ever get to this project. What am I gonna do? So I just kind of hinted out there in the Instagram story. You may have seen it if you follow us. If you don't, go to ProtouringTexas on Instagram. Make sure to click a follow button. So I've got this thing sitting there, and I talked to a gentleman named Jonathan, just out of nowhere. No big deal. He asked about the truck. He was interested, and we kind of became friends after that. And a couple months later, him and his wife, Nikki, made a trip out to the shop, and we met. We kind of went over the truck and we kind of discussed his goals and kind of what my intentions were with the truck, and we really started to align on the vision of what this truck needed to be. This is an absolute weapon of a C10. It is comfortable, it is capable, and it will smoke 90% of anything you'll ever meet on the street. And I'm talking decent horsepower, fast stuff. This thing will get it. The capabilities of the truck that this has today, we're talking light years beyond what this thing was in 1976. So we're gonna go over the details of what's in this truck, how this truck happened, what it was in the beginning, what it is now, and we might even have something special on this video that you'll actually see the truck in action, because let's be honest, it's capable of so much more than what you can do on a regular street without going to prison. So we're gonna have some fun in this truck. I think you'll enjoy it. Let's get into it. So we've discussed that this thing has a FastTrack chassis on it. That means it's got C7 suspension up front, the spindles, the geometry, the level of stuff you're gonna need to do high-speed ripping. So thankfully, when we started building this truck, Jonathan had a vision of like, you know what, I want more. So he calls the boys down at Late Model Engines, has them build a 454 cubic inch LT direct injection engine for this thing, CID heads, big billet intake. They put this thing together, they stick it on the dyno, naturally aspirated. This truck makes 728 horsepower. Just NA, just pump gas. Run 93 with the AC on, it chops hard and it hauls ass. You couldn't ask for more out of that. That paired really, really well with the Circle D converter with the 10-speed automatic transmission from GM Performance. We fit that into the chassis. We modified the cab to fit the 10-speed and the transmission tunnel, all the good stuff. There's a very, very small notch in the back to fit the FastTrack chassis and how low this truck is. Not a big monster notch like some of the spec chassis. So the vision kind of continues. We know we're gonna do gold trim. We're thinking about a gold wheel. So that leads us down the road to Forgeline. Jonathan has wanted to use this particular wheel on a build for several years. So we started looking at what this thing would look like in a gold flavor. And we're gonna show you some of the detail shots, but from the side, it just looks like a standard spoke. But when you look at these things, they're actually floating and sitting over the wheel. Super, super rad. So we know we've got to go. We know we need the whoa. So we call up the boys at Baer Brakes and have them create another set of American badass calipers. That is a fully engraved, CNC machined, 6-piston American flag caliper that you see on this truck here. We've used this several times on some of our other trucks. The sorority girl, the sorority sister, and the crew cab Thoughtsdale. If you haven't seen those, go to the YouTube channel, scroll down, check out those vehicles while you're there. Back into the truck. So we know we need Forgeline wheels, Baer brakes, put some really sticky R888 wheels, or excuse me, tires on this thing from Toyo to make this thing super, super sticky. It's super impressive to be able to take a truck at speed around a corner and have confidence. It's pretty unheard of. This truck accomplishes comfort and craziness all at the same time. Like, I can't express how amazing the experience is to be able to cruise this thing and then haul ass in this thing. It's just mind-blowing good. So talking about the engine bay on this thing, we know we've got the horsepower, we know we've got the transmission and the stopping power and all that good stuff, but we don't want to leave out the beauty. So a lot of time was taken to repair any rust, get rid of all the old stuff that just clutters up the engine bay and the firewall on this thing. Eliminated all that, fabricated in new panels, a nice bead roll, smoothed out behind the motor where the sections opened up for the transmission tunnel. We've tightened up the brake booster and master cylinder. We've put on a modern wiper motor on this thing, eliminated the bulkhead for the wiring, and we've hidden all of the AC heater components and wiring in the fenders and the cowl of this truck. That way it's a very, very clean aesthetic appearance, but it's still extremely serviceable. So we've thought about serviceability and we thought about cleanliness and then a little bit of showness, right? Because it's still an old farm truck, but we want it to show well when you pop the hood and take a peek. So you can kind of see what's going on here in the video with the cleanliness of the motor. The wiring is as tight as it can be. It's got a really nice set of 2-inch primary ultimate headers on it that have been Cerakoted in a white. The full exhaust system is Stainless Brothers material, all hand TIG welded at ProtouringTexas. The stuff is like art once it's underneath the vehicle. So hate to hide that, but it is what it is. But you always make sure that stuff is going to be the highest quality it can be for any sort of customer putting a vehicle like this together. So obviously this year of truck has a cool vibe with the blue plaid that's been going on with some of the other trucks that we've done. So what you see here is kind of the same thing. This is the Highlander plaid that was available from GM in the early 70s. And we've put that on a set of fenders from Hart Fab that were hand formed and bead rolled, do not require body work. We just painted them. It's such an impressive piece. We'll use them on a lot of vehicles. This thing really comes together with a harness from SpearTech to run the factory computers for the engine, the factory computer for the transmission, the fuel pump modules to run a PWM pump out of the Rix tank that's in the back of this thing. The front accessory drive is a Holley mid-mount. We have not had any issues with, alternators getting hot and things like that I hear about on all these other YouTube videos. So we've just got a good one. I don't know. It's got a nice Duets radiator in here, dual fan setup. All that stuff is easily serviceable. It's got fuses, relays, all in one spot. The truck has a battery shut off, so if you take this thing somewhere it looks questionable, you can shut this thing down and make it fully immobile. We left the exterior paint on this thing, just polished it out, had our friends over Detailing Garage actually do a two-step and then a ceramic coat on this thing. And then we wanted to be able to see better at night, so we added the Holley retro bright headlights on this thing that still look original, but they are a little bit brighter with the 5500K lumen. So I think we've done a really good job with what this truck is. It really outperforms itself, and I couldn't be happier with the outcome. And the owners, Jonathan and Nikki, of this truck, they actually use it. They drive the hell out of it. They let their kids crawl over it. Like, it's a vehicle that's actually being used and not hidden in a collection, and that is an amazing project to me. So when we're thinking about interior and comfort, we wanted to go a step above. So we reached out to our friends at Jd Glassworks to do the interior on this one. They've completely refoamed the seat on this thing, tightened it up a little bit, because we've actually gotten a full roll cage that encompasses like the upper halo bar, so it's a little bit safe. Got a 4-point harness in this thing, so it's got the capability to do some racetrack stuff if you want to, but it's very plush. It's got leather, it's got suede, it's got the plaid on the interior with these great little medallions that are 3D printed that say Bonnie in them, the name of the truck. We're able to do a full suede headliner. It's got the 3-button opener up there for your garage doors. The visors have the plaid on the backside, so it's just subtle but still there. The dash has been recovered in a full leather and padded. It's got a great audio system in this thing. It really rocks when you want this thing to get it. It's all controlled off of your phone, and the volume knob looks original, like a retro audio stereo that's in this thing. We wanted just kind of like a modern feel in a classic truck, so called Spark Industries had them do a leather wrapped C10 steering wheel on this thing, so at first glance it looks original, but you get in there, it's a huge piece of billet aluminum, it's wrapped in leather, it feels real nice, and that's all attached to an I Did It steering column that's shortened 2 inches for guys like myself or anybody that just wants a little more room in a single cab truck. So the details on the interior really all come together when you start wanting to charge your phone and adjust the bass and, you know, have a line lock. So there's buttons on this thing that are hidden inside that are going to open the exhaust on this thing, and that button is hidden in the ashtray next to your USB hookup, as well as your bass control for your stereo on this. So, and then if you really want to show out and do a big burnout, or you're going to drag race and you want to heat up the tires, it's got a line lock right in the center of the cup holder, just barely where you can reach it when you're fully strapped into this thing. So a lot of thoughtfulness kind of went into the pieces that were used in this, and the door panels on these, you almost can't get a good replacement these days. So the guys at Jd Glass 3D printed the entire door panels, covered them in leather, and made them where they actually fit and finish like a new car. So check out the details. I think you'll really enjoy this one. Like, just the whole truck comes together as an incredible piece. It's beautiful, it's eye-catching, it hauls ass, it's super comfy. It's truly the perfect C10 in my opinion. This was a dream of mine many years ago, having an opportunity to finish it with a great client that wanted to take it even further than I had thought of has been an amazing experience. And if we can build one for you, reach out to us at ProtouringTexas.com. You can hit my email, Eric, ERIC at ProtouringTexas, or just give us a call, 817-832-FAST. horsepower,
Jeez.
10-speed automatic.
So that's what that felt like.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
unbelievable.
This is a Roadstershop. It's crazy that a vehicle that's that capable on a racetrack just soaks up highway bumps like that. It's good. Super impressive. I was just texting Jonathan, sent him a little video of us ripping on the track. Simple response, just said, damn, wish I was there. Amen to that. Feel absolutely honored to be able to build cool cars like this, to have these kind of capabilities for good people that are actually going to drive the crap out of them. We don't always get an opportunity to take one this far. Super blessed with this one. For me, it's kind of a dream build, to be honest. I've had this idea in my head to create this truck, and not even to this level. The owner, Jonathan, he wanted to take it even further, you know, so up from a 600 horse LT1 to, you know, the over 700 horse in a LME motor, you know, and keeping it a 454 cubic inch motor just to stay true to the truck is just incredible, like forethought and a detail that, you know, most people won't know about or notice, but keeping it true to what the truck is really keeps the vibe alive. It's Americana at its best. Farm truck, race truck, same. There's plenty of full-on race trucks out there, but I don't think there's any that combine the two to be comfortable for your wife, your kids, for traveling, for just cruising car shows, but also the ability to go to a big track like ECR. Even some of the quickest fast times on ECR is 2 minutes. That's 2 minutes at full speed to make it around that racetrack. That's a pretty big track. And it's got some long sweeping corners. And this chassis absolutely held it with ease. I think this truck had way more in it with a more qualified driver than me. Thankfully, we were able to put a professional in this thing to get a good lap on it. His feedback was wonderful, kind of what I already knew. The brake bias is going to be light in the rear, so it's going to try to lock up the rear brakes. So we've got a little bit of work to do there before we're dialed in for more track action. And then even the alignment specs that we have set for the highway, no complaints on track. Like, it was really eating it up. I would say maybe a touch more camber because we are getting a little lateral tire wear, but man, so impressed. Thank the guys at Roadstershop for designing this thing and having it available to be able to purchase. Thanks you to all my guys that work with me that are hands-on, day in, day out, making kick-ass cars for people that want to own badass vehicles. Like, I love it. Feel super honored to be here. If we can build something for you, whether it's a truck, a car, an SUV, whatever it is, let's get it in line. Let's make it happen. Reach out, ProtouringTexas.com. My email is Eric, E-R-I-C, at ProtouringTexas, or just give us a call at the shop, 817-832-FAST. We'll get you taken care of. Appreciate y'all.